What's up guys, welcome back to Daniel Talks Football right here on YouTube. I'm Daniel and we are back with another video. In this video we're going to be talking about the Three Lions, England, who last night progressed to the quarter-finals of the European Championships after a 2-1 win against Slovakia, with Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane scoring 2 goals. Now, before I do get into the video, please watch, like the video, comment down below and also subscribe to the channel. Go and follow Daniel Talks Football on TikTok and on Instagram. And a full sort of roundup of all of the sides and my thoughts on all the sides will come after the round of 16 is finished. I was going to do it today, but I thought there's no point in doing it today because some sides have played more than others. So I'm going to do a full roundup of every single side in the competition and my thoughts on them so far, or completely if they've gone out, like Scotland, and my thoughts on them on Wednesday. Anyway, we'll get into England because we were really, really lucky. Now, let's be honest, did we deserve to win that game? Thinking back, probably. We did have the better chances. We didn't have many good chances, but Slovakia didn't particularly do that much anyway. So do I think we deserve to win? Yes. But I think we got really, really lucky and we probably shouldn't have won the game. Obviously, that was the offside goal, which things like that happen. There's not really much we can do for that. We can try and hold back, but again, things like that happen in the moment. Fine. What we need to touch on is we really need to touch on that team selection to start with, because it was clear that that didn't work, and I think a lot of people knew that that wasn't going to work. Playing the same front four for the first 4 games of the competition, that front four has scored you 2 goals. Didn't score those goals last night because those players weren't still on the pitch when those goals were scored, or at least some of those players weren't still on the pitch. Foden, Bellingham, Saka, Kane does not work. Now, I can't say how Saka played at left back. If Saka played well at left back, great, keep him at left back for the next game. Couldn't comment on how he did. I wasn't particularly paying attention to Saka at left back. But we need to shoehorn Cole Palmer into this side, absolutely. I think Ivan Toney looked good when he came on. He made that goal happen. Again, we heard that Toney wasn't very happy being brought on with, to play 2 minutes, what he thought was going to be 2 minutes. That's good. It's good that players aren't just going, I'm going to take playing 2 minutes for England. No, he wants to play more. He didn't like the fact that he played so little, and that's exactly what we want. We want players who want to play for England, and it's clear that Toney does. Again, I wouldn't start him in the next game. I think Kane struggles up top by himself. I think Kane does need somebody to bounce off. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can play this. Either I would go to a 4-2-2, or I'd stick at that 4-2-3-1. And we'll go through both, because we won the game. There's not much we need to reflect on from that game, because we got lucky. Bellingham, great overhead kick in the 94th, 95th minute, and then Kane scoring at the start of extra time. And then we went back to doing what England did, and we didn't do anything for the rest of extra time. Which was disappointing, but expected. I think we'll get to Southgate in a second, but I want to go through these two sort of lineups, because that 4-2-2-2, I'm only going to focus on those sort of front 4 players, because I think the rest of the side kind of picks itself. I think Manu looks quite good. It's really only that right the DM spot next to Rice and left back spot, and I think Guehi's out. So if Guehi is out, who will I play? I'm not sure. I think I saw he was out. I'm not 100% sure on that. So left back, obviously, if Saka did well, fine. If not, then bring Trips back in. DM, I'd go with Manu. I thought Manu did look quite good and was, very good in that defensive third. It's that front 4 that we need to look at. So for that 4-2-2, I think you have to start Palmer and you would go Bellingham. I think those two work. The only other option to that is, could you play Bellingham alongside Rice and have sort of Foden and Palmer on the sort of centralish cams? It's a debate that could be had, but personally I would go Bellingham and I'd play Manu, and I'd drop Foden, because again I don't think he looks particularly good. And you can't drop Bellingham after that goal. Was the performance great? No, but I think he has to start. He's got that star quality. And then with that, what you could do is you could obviously go Kane and somebody else. Would that be Watkins? Would that be Toney? I'd be happy with either personally. Do I think Southgate will do that? No, I do think Southgate will stick with that 4-2-3-1. If he sticks with the 4-2-3-1, I would be tempted to drop Jude back so that you can put Palmer in the 10. Or Palmer out wide and Foden in the 10, you know, whatever. Is there also a debate that you do put Saka left back and you can put Palmer maybe out on that right-hand side, potentially? But I still don't think Foden's working very well on the left. So I think there are decisions to be made here. For Southgate himself, poor. Let's be honest, Southgate didn't deserve to win that football game. Substitutions, far too late. He made one substitution before, the 80th minute? You need to be more proactive in that game. You need to be pushing harder from earlier. It's Slovakia. They weren't having any threat on the attack, and you could see that when he's bringing on the likes of Tony and Eze and Palmer. And he's not particularly taking off defensive players. What he took off Mainu, he took off Trippier, and he took off... Did he take off Foden? I think he took off Foden. So that's 2 defensive players and an attacker for 3 attackers. It's clear that Southgate did eventually go for it, but he did leave that too late, in my opinion. He's got to do better. The substitutions were poor. Sticking with the same lineup is poor when it hasn't worked. But he did show that he was malleable, and he did show that sort of towards the end of the game he would mould it. Do I think that was in desperation? Yes. Am I Southgate out? Absolutely. I think most of the country is. Personally, what I would say is to stop this conversation surrounding Southgate at the moment. The FA do need to come out and this won't happen. But what should happen is the FA should come out and say, look, he's leaving at the end of the tournament. Back him and back the boys. Because if that happens, I and many other people that I know would stop. We would be singing Southgate, you're the one for the remainder of the tournament. We would not be singing, we want Southgate out, which I was in the pub last night, that was sung. I think that needs to be done to stop that conversation around Southgate, so that the conversation can be back on the football and we can back the boys. We're into a quarter-final. We've got Switzerland. Switzerland are a beatable side. It's possible, boys. I don't think this side is gelling at the moment, but it is possible. Am I going to say it's coming home? Absolutely not. Did I say it's coming home last night? Absolutely, I did. But hey, let's see what happens. What do you think will happen versus Switzerland? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all again soon. See ya!